Today I want to share with you a very crazy idea which I experimented and it just blew my mind. Can you actually manifest a bottomless bank account? And I put it to test and I can't wait to share with you what happened. I have been working with money frequencies, and what money frequency really is there is a certain amount of money that you vibrate at, right? Let's say some people vibrate at 10,000 every month, and then 10,000 shows up in their bank account. Some people vibrate at 100,000 every month. Some people vibrate, so this vibration, whatever you vibrate at, some people vibrate at debt, they're always running out of money. Some people vibrate at 15, there is always a number, right? And if somehow you attract more money than your vibration, what happens is you manifest an expense. So your car will break down or something will happen where the extra money is going to leave. Therefore, when people win lotteries, they lose it all very, very quickly because the money they receive is way more than what they are vibrating on the regular basis, what they are programmed to attract at a regular basis. What I realized was that what if we try that phenomena to the bottomless bank account? That what if I try to see if I vibrate at a frequency of bottomless bank account, what's going to happen? Like if I use the same principle, same understanding. But before actually telling you what happened, I want to quickly share with you what this vibration work at a manifestation from physics standpoint or from science standpoint. Everything in this universe is vibrating. If you see anything, even your hand, anything under the microscope, you'll see it moving because we're made of atoms and those things are moving. Atoms are moving constantly. Now, when they're moving, the key is that everything, if I'm sitting on a chair right now, my laptop, all my equipment, my studio, everything is vibrating. Wherever you are, it's vibrating. So when you are vibrating with a specific frequency for different things. You have a frequency for how much love you receive from your partner, how your love life is. You have a frequency for health. You have a frequency for money. You have a frequency for what happens in your life. So there is frequency for everything. And that means that for that thing, your body vibrates at a certain level and you attract from the quantum because that thing from the quantum comes to you since two things are on the same vibration. When you're vibrating for money, let's say at a 10,000 level, you are attracting 10,000 because now there is a resonance between 10,000 in the quantum and 10,000 in your vibration. You attract all the plots, plans, circumstances, all the ways, all the opportunities, resources, everything of 10,000. And also your reticular activation system, which is the filter system in your mind, because our mind cannot just focus on everything. Let's say if you look at a newspaper, right? There are so many things on the page. If your mind comprehends everything, it's going to explode, right? So what it does is it only looks at the things and filters out everything else based on what your belief system is. A lot of times I see this, like if I am studying about something or if I'm talking and thinking about something, even if there is something else written, I would think all of a sudden it's that because my reticular activation system is looking or that. That's why when you want to buy a red car and you start seeing red car, when you want to buy a certain car and you start seeing everybody having that car, right? That's what reticular activation system does. It focuses on that and filters out other things. Now, when you're focusing on that and you're attracting that, you start to create it in your life. That is your money frequencies. Often I ask my clients, what has been your frequency? How have you been vibrating? You can actually analyze because every month you get a feedback in your bank account that this has been my frequency. I said, what if I operate at bottomless frequency? But in order for me to do that, I had to define what bottomless actually is. For me, bottomless meant was that every time I spend money, I receive double within 24 hours. And I started playing with that. And I did the work, which I do for other frequencies. And guess what? After 3 weeks, I started manifesting bottomless. Every time I would spend money, make a payment, swipe my card, within 24 hours, I would have doubled the amount or sometimes even more. There was a time when I spent $8,000 in one go, in one transaction. And I thought, oh, interesting. Let's see what happens now. Like it's 8,000, right? And within 24 hours, I manifested clients who paid me $16K in total. right? I said, oh my God, this thing actually works. What I really want to share with you is what are the 5 shifts that you can make today to really manifest the bottomless frequency. Because when you have bottomless, it's true freedom. It's the greatest thing, because every time you're spending money, you're celebrating because you're about to receive double. It's like a transaction is an invitation to more money, right? But there are 5 key shifts which are really important. And it's not just about visualizing and affirming and just feeling good. There is identity level activation here. The first shift is understanding that you have a frequency, you have a attraction point based on how you are vibrating exactly at the time when you're spending money. Let's say you're paying your bill. You open your laptop or your phone, you open the site, you put your card details. When you're putting your card details, especially the last 3 digits of your security, right, the PIN, and you know you're about to hit press, you have a certain vibration and you're feeling a certain way. Maybe you're feeling, oh my God, it's gone so expensive. Maybe you're feeling, what if the money runs out? Maybe you're feeling, oh my God, I'm not earning so much anymore. I'm in deficit. Maybe you're feeling like, oh, money just comes and goes. Whatever your frequency is, that point, you're gonna attract money accordingly, because more money is gonna respond to that. What I do is, when I spend money every time, I quickly stop and I change my frequency into I have money. Now, the beauty of this shift is that you are actually tapping into the truth. The truth is you have money. And the reason you're feeling lack is because that money is leaving. But the fact is you have money to pay, right? But what we are programmed to do is, based on our childhood, how we saw our adults doing it, they always feared when spending money. It's just picked up that behavior on autopilot. Now, every time we're spending, we're just feeling that on autopilot. Doesn't matter how much money we have. What I realized is, even when I had surplus cash, I was feeling that. When I had a really good job in corporate, I was feeling that. It was just an autopilot behavior into me, which I just picked up. You know, it's like you just pick up different, you pick a language, you learn that it's something that fly in the sky and it's an animal, it's a bird because it has wings, so you have to call it a bird. You were told what your name is, and then you believe that's your name. You also learned that behavior, and you can shift that by realizing that actually you have money at that time. You just say, I have money. You really pause, you really feel it in your body that I have money, because you have money. And when you feel that and you really feel in the present, even if you're spending $1, even if you don't have the money that you desire, but the truth is you have money. And all of a sudden, you start to reprogram your mind into feeling that you have money. And it is actually based on the book by a Korean money guru who's, I think is Sun Leong, something like that. I don't remember her name, but it's based on the book The Having, and it's such a good book. I would really recommend getting it. But when you change that, you reprogram your mind to consider that you have money. And all of a sudden, your relationship and your neural pathway with money starts to change. And now every time you focus on you have money. When you focus on you have money, your frequency changes. When you're spending money, then more money comes. And you focus on you have money, then more money comes. You focus on you have money, and the more money keep coming. I started doing that, and within 3 weeks, I had a completely different frequency. I reprogrammed myself fully. The second thing which really works is practicing the feeling of abundance. Most of us all day long live in the feeling of lack. It's our habitual thing. We are constantly living in lack. Money's gonna run out. All about money. Can I do that? Can I buy that? Can I do? Asking yourself, how does it feel when I have $1 million sitting in my bank account? How does it actually feel? Oh, it feels so good. Can I feel that? Yeah, it feels so good. How does it actually feel? Right? And you practice feeling that feeling, and you realize that we don't even know what it feels like. That's like a foreign language. That's like, I don't even know how it feels. So practicing the feeling of abundance so that it becomes a natural feeling. The third thing is telling and showing your mind the proof of a lot of money everywhere. So going and driving around rich neighborhoods, going to posh brand shops if you don't like wearing brands, going to places where there's a lot of money being circulated, going to places where there's a lot of abundance, where you can see money everywhere, because the more you see money, the more you come across, the more your mind is like, it's so much. it's infinite. It's really so much. Because one belief every rich person has is there is so much money. That's why they have so much money, right? The other thing, which is really, really important, is the identity level. Do you feel rich right now? And if you're like, no, why you're not rich? Oh, I'm rich with love. No, I'm talking about money. I'm not talking about rich with love. I'm talking about money. How are you rich? Ask yourself this question. And when you change the frame and say, actually, you know what? I'm rich. I have a house. I have internet. What is the top 1% salary in the world? $33,000 a year is top 1% people in the world. Probably you're in top 1% already, right? Asking yourself, how am I rich right now? You already probably top 1%. The thing is, what I've seen this often, I have lots and lots of clients who are millionaires and who come to me and you're like, I just feel it's not working. I don't feel successful. I don't feel I'm doing enough. And they have millions, and millions sometimes don't make them feel that they are abundant, right? They feel they're not good enough. They feel they're not doing enough. This thing is almost like a ceiling, and it stops. If you're a millionaire, it stops you from going to multi-millions. If you're a multi-millionaire, it stops you from going to billions. You really want to completely crash it. You are rich right now. A lot of people hold on to the identity of middle class. Ask yourself, who am I? Do I see myself middle class? What is the first thing that comes? Am I middle class? Yes or no? What is the first answer? Without filter, without thinking. That's your first answer. And also then, if you have a business or whatever you're doing, shift your identity to, I receive a lot of money all the time. My product, my services are incredible. I get paid a lot of money. People love my work. I attract clients all the time. Money loves me. I always receive it. It comes to me. My work has a lot of value. I get paid so much. All that kind of identity related to what you're doing really helps, because then you start to feel, think, and act very differently. The fifth thing, in terms of my example, I'm going to share, I said to myself that my clients really love working with me. They have one conversation with me and they have huge breakthroughs and their life change. They love working with me constantly extending my services. My business is spreading with word of mouth, with marketing, with sales. It's all perfect. And then I saw the reflection in the outside. You want to see what part of you and your belief is not behind the level of abundance that you are tapping into, the bottomless effect. And the last one is luxury frequency. I fell in love with the idea of luxury, because luxury and high value is not about need, it's about desire. I started asking myself, if I could have anything, what would I love? I started to tap into the feeling of luxury, because luxury is not a price tag, it's a feeling. Luxury is an identity. I said to myself, if I could have a really nice mug I could drink in, if I could change my coat and wear a very fur coat that makes me feel very rich, if I could start talking differently, if I could wear different glasses, if I could start speaking differently, if I could really have that energy where I'm tapping into desire, what would I love? And I started to see myself with those things and those experiences, those desire. I started to see myself as a high value individual, high value woman. Wherever she goes, she adds value. Wherever she goes, she's always becoming better. She's always in the abundance frequency. She's always having that excellence impact, that identity. I operated from that energy, and all of a sudden I realized that money just started following me everywhere, because I became the woman of value. I saw myself valuable. I started to see other people as valuable. I owned my work. I owned my value. I owned my worth. I started to see who I really am. I started to believe and have more conviction in my work, and saw the impact I was having. I started to desire more. I started to see myself in my highest frequency. I started to fall in love with those ideas, and money just became the byproduct of all of that. It started to follow me everywhere. You know, that child who always finds the mommy, and, oh my God, I want to go to my mommy. That's attracting that magnetism. But I became the match of all of that by embodying the frequency of luxury, desire, high value, excellence, magnetism, alluring frequency. And really asking myself, what would I love? What would I love? What is my absolute desire? I let go of the need. There is no need frequency. We don't need anything. We have whatever we need. We would love more. And that starts to create the magic. I'm going to repeat all the shifts one more time. What is your frequency when you're spending money? Are you practicing the feeling of true abundance? What it looks like, what it feels like in your body? Exposing yourself to a lot of money and abundance. Identity level activation, where you see yourself earning a lot of money with respect to your love, and tapping into luxury and high value frequency based on absolute desire. And that will unlock the bottomless bank account frequency. Let me know what resonated with you the most, and share with me your plan, how you're manifesting bottomless effects in your life, bottomless love, bottomless money, and bottomless everything. And I'll see you soon. Bye.